السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. Respected teachers and my dear friends, we are in immense pleasure having succeeded in conducting an event where all concerns and wishes about secularism can be shared. And this is a secular conference. We have to convey what is in our mind about past, present, and future of Indian secularism. So the concept of Indian secularism was added later to the Indian Constitution. The legacy of Indian Constitution has been transformed from remote past to the present time. The tradition of Indian secularism has been embedded in our blood. One striking factor we have compelled to be considered is that some biased anti-national propagandists are posing the death knell to the secularism, which gave the birth to the very idea of India. We can allow this trend to be rooted in our soul. Our founding fathers wished most cherished values of secularism and social equality, the humanity will be nourished. Dears, we should be proud of our glorious philosophy and history.
While so many threats that are being towards the secularism, we are compelled to rethink about it. In fact, unlike the Western concept of secularism, which implies freedom of religion, equal citizenship, regardless of religion, separation of state and religion. Indian secularism, which means equal treatment for all religion. The concept was added to the Indian preamble, Constitution of Indian preamble, within the 42nd Amendment enacted in 1976. Dear brothers, you know, if a multilingual, multiracial, multi-religion and multicultural country like ours has to advance, there should not be, the minority must not be undermined. There should not be any possibility of dominance of majority over the minority. The dominance should not be either the politically, economically, or socially. For this very reason, the idea of secularism, which introduced in India to integrate a diverse country like the Indian society. Even though India has not accepted any fundamental religion, its law implicitly requires the state and its institution to recognize and accept all religion. Moreover, the Constitution enforces the parliamentary law instead of religious law and respect the pluralism. As far as the matter concerned of the law, in the applicable code of law remain unequal. The common man are on some matters which includes the divorce, the marriage, inheritance, and the alimony versus with the individual's religion. In this regard, any attempt to introduce the uniform civil code, which means equal law for every citizen, it's irrespective of religion, which impose the majority and sensibilities. While the West, the cradle of this concept, introduced, it opposed the religion in terms of rejecting the God and religion rituals. In this controversy, India created a positive secularism. While the British Raj faced increasing amount of social activism for self-rule by the desperate group leading by the Hindutva and the Jinnah-like Muslim leader. The colonial administration enacted a number of laws before the Indian independence. One such law which enacted during the colonial era was the 1937 the personal law, Muslim personal law or Shariat Law Application Act. It is regardless of state and religion. I mentioned that the positive secularism. Here it introduced the integration of both of them. Dear friends, religion pluralism was a fact in the life of Indian from the time immemorial, as we can witness from our glorious history. The circumstances and situation from which the concept of secularism emerged in India is entirely different from those of West. Therefore, we can't claim that the Western concept of secularism should be implemented in Indian land also. It was during the freedom struggle, the secularism emerged as a dominant principle. We had prominent leaders who deeply committed to the ideal of Indian secularism, such as Mahatma Gandhi, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad and Nehru. Dear people, we can't forget them. Even though the nation has distorted by sectarian partition and sectarian riots, above all, the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi, the secularism became a mantra of our nation. Our founding father had represented as the aspiration of all the societies. And it is due to the struggle of these prominent leaders, the idea of secularism enriched in the Indian constitution. Dear friends, we have to keep and protect our great history of secularism and plural India. All acknowledgements towards the Indian secularism should be prevented. We can together. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome Mr. Hasib to inaugurate the secular conference.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Here, in this glorious occasion, conducted on the topic secular conference, I have to say, or I have to focus something on the topic threat and challenges faced by the Indian secularism. There are a lot of challenges. We all know nowadays the social media, when we open a social media or when we open a newspaper or any other such acknowledgeable things, we can see the various type of threats and challenges faced by Indian secularism. Because after the ruling came by Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, the secularism have faced its lot in the era of these 4 years. It seems very ironical that after the 17th independence, India is facing challenge towards the Indian secularism. We can say it is in the two hands or a part of a coin. One hand, the India is facing the concept of secularism in being issued to several criticism. On the other, the majority and minority communal activities. Nowadays, these are the main two issues discussed by all of the people and all of the media. The minority and majority communal issues and also several criticism towards our Indian secularism. And also many unfortunately such tendencies receive the ultimate support from the state itself. The people who are living in the state, even from Kerala or any other state, they were supporting secularism, not supporting the government. Also, the people who are living in India have to face a lot of threats towards this secularism. As far as we are concerned, many problems have arisen due to this. We know that the fascism have always feared the literary work. The visible evidence have been given by the assassination of Gauri Lankesh and Kalburgi and other from several parts of India. Also, we know that the majority and minority communal issue. India is a country with a lot of culture, caste, creed, sex, gender and language, etc. So the people have right to live, right to speech and expression, and also right to live in a country with their rituals and religion and culture. So the government and the constitution is giving appeal or giving promise to the people who are living in India to live with freedom. Without any fear, you can live in a country like India because it is a democratic country. But nowadays, we have to think the fascism or the illegal secularism have been growing day by day. The people have no value. Sometimes the cow or the animals have value than man's body. The people who are living in a country like India have to face a lot of things in the modern era. Also, we have to understand that many assassinations have been held. From the start of Babri Masjid attack to the death of Junaid. We all know there are several issues conducted by the RSS and BJP towards the harmony and peace of Indian society and also for the virginity of our Indian constitution and secularism. Through all this, we have to understand that even India is a secular country and people have their own right to select any religion. But our Indian judiciary is showing a dual justice towards the people. As we know, we have discussed the case of Hadia and Rahila in Kerala itself. We can find that the government or the judiciary is giving or showing dual justice to the women who was selecting a religion. She was selecting without any fear. She studied about a religion and she know well about a religion and she was ready to accept the religion. But the Indian constitution have given the right to a person or a citizen to select any religion to live in a country like India. But we have to understand the thing that the Indian situation, the modern Indian situation is banning the right of human to show his right to speech and expression. And also for the selection of a secular nation. If you are discussing all problems, there is several threats faced by the Indian secularism in the modern world. And also several threats have been challenged. The cow slaughters, we all know that many issues were conducted on behalf of cow slaughters. Habul Junaid, Akhlaq, and many other people from several districts and the loop and corner of India were assassinated or killed by the hands of BJP and RSS criminals by killing
an animal. It is a part of his ritual. If we have killed a cow, we have the availability of law and justice and right from the constitution and also from the part of judiciary. But the government is now banning a person to customize his rituals. As far as we concerned, there is a lot of problems now that India is facing. So we have to understand what are the problems. And also, the political parties are the main component of Indian secularism. And the politics is also a main component. If we think we are selecting a representative from our panchayat or from our municipality or district or state or MP, we are thinking that he will speak for us. He will support us. He will give all the right and rules and regulations amendmented from the Indian constitution. And law and order will be kept. But the political party members were speaking against the human beings in India or for the poor people who are living in India. And also, we have to find a good solution. As far as concerned, the secularism have many threats and people who have no voice to raise. They will be buried under the soil. So I have to say that if there are any problem, there is a solution in itself. My opportunity to stand in front of you to inaugurate this secular conference, I'm not prolonging my words with the words in Quran. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inna fatahna laka fathan mubina. I inaugurated this secular conference. Thank you. Have a nice day. Assalamu alaikum.
Next, welcome heartily Mr. Masroor to give keynote address for this secular conference.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين أما بعد. Dear brothers and respected teachers, Alhamdulillah, we have succeeded in conducting a conference which is based on discussion of secularism, Indian secularism, the past and present and the future of Indian secularism. Already we have been convinced that we have a glorious history of Indian secularism. We have a glorious tradition of secularism. Moreover, we have been informed that this tradition of secularism is facing more threats and problems in current situation. My dears, we should have to be concerned with this topic because this is the matter of our survival. This is the matter of our growth and advancement. Okay, let's talk about the future of Indian secularism. Already we have been left grappling with the fact that the Indian secularism is facing many kind of problems that is based on concept and practicality and so on. Coming to the conceptual problem of Indian secularism, the Hindutva radicals are alleging that we can't accept the concept of Indian secularism because it promotes only the rights of minority. It is pseudo-secularism. It's not real secularism. It is for the appeasement of minorities. My dears, I think we have to appreciate our Prime Minister for his repeated statement that my holy book is our constitution, Indian constitution, not any other religious scripts or other thing. Because the Indian constitution has been included the concept of secularism and socialism. We can't ignore that concept because of some allegation. While Mohan Bhagwat, the leader of RSS, is repeatedly opposing the this concept, making some allegation, we have to be concerned with that topic, and we have to oppose that tendency. My dears, why this is the conceptual problem of Indian secularism? The another major problems we have been convinced here is majority and minority violence. There are so many violence being conducted in India. Some people who are concerned with the majority and some people who are concerned with the minority, both of them are posing so many threats and violence in front of our society. To oppose this tendency, I think we have to make a clear idea of our current political system and current situation. I remember now Anantamurthy, who is a well-known writer in Kannada. Once he said that the communal violence and the communal tendency only prevails in our national stage or national arena. It does not prevail in our village. If we come to our village, then there will be found the coexistence and religious harmony and religious tolerance. But when we go through when we focus on the nation, we are facing the communal voices and the violent voices. And he added that, the Anantamurthy added that our political parties are indulging a worsened politics. When the election comes, the BJP or Congress wants a killing of a Muslim because it has to solicit votes from Muslim community. By the killing of a Muslim person, it will convince Muslim that you are under big threat, you are under worsened condition, therefore you have to come with us. And BJP will convince to Hindu people that you are under terrible condition, you have to come with us. This is very worsened political system of our India. It should be removed from our Indian nation. After all, what I have to say that the real idea or the real message of religion, every religion, be it Hinduism or Islam, should be convinced should be conveyed for common people. Then we can get a advanced nation, a well-developed nation for our future. Allah bless. I conclude here. Assalamu alaikum.
I welcome Mr. Mohsin Kollam to vote of thanks this secular conference.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. All gratitudes are to Allah Rabbul Izzah. We are overwhelmed with more ideas and insights concerned with Indian secularism. Hereby, we have to take the pledge for preserving our secularist culture and the pluralistic condition. Our humble hope is that the ideas discussed in this conference would provoke you to go further to taking the task of protecting our nation from all distortions. At last, what I have to advise you to that, work for eradicating violence against minorities. Keep the glorious secularist history in our mind. Follow the footsteps of our forefathers. I am going to my task. I would like to thank all of you to this conference. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Mansoor, the chair of this conference, who gave valuable insights about the history and the nature of Indian secularism. By his address, we can witness that the very descriptive concept of Indian secularism. Mr. Hasib deserves our special thanks because he presented the present condition of our Indian secularism. My best thanks for Mr. Mansoor also for presenting the future of Indian secularism. The solutions he suggested to terminate the problem is to be implemented and to be considered. After all, I would like to thank all of you to this best cooperation with us in this conference. Let us conclude here with a beautiful, small, secular song. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Dear audience, we are presenting a small secular song. We hope that you will come with us. We all are Indians who stand up for humanity. We all are Indians who stand up for humanity. We can together to keep our dignity. We all are Indians who stand up for humanity. We all are Indians who stand up for humanity. We can together to keep our dignity. Making the future, molding the culture, keeping the nature, we can together. Making the future, molding the culture, keeping the nature, we can together. We all are Indians who stand up for humanity. We all are Indians who stand up for humanity. We can together to keep our dignity. Standing forever, moving for further, all are in favor, we can together. Standing forever, moving to further, all are in favor, we can together. We all are Indians who stand up for humanity. We all are Indians who stand up for humanity. We can together to keep our dignity. We all are Indians who stand up for humanity. We all are Indians who stand up for humanity. We can together to keep our dignity. We all are Indians. We all are Indians. We all are Indians. We can together. We all are Indians. We all are Indians. We all are Indians. We can together.